We are live. So, welcome everybody. This is the first installment of the Low ELO podcast, as you can see. I am your host, Altyd, Jordan Altyd Overrein, and it is my co host.
I'm Brandon, or Brandecious, or the Magician 420, or Light Boy, or really whatever you want to call me.
Uh, this is a podcast style broadcast, so feel free to pop some headphones in, put your phone in your pocket, work out, do whatever you're going to do. There will be a video portion closer towards the end, or we'll make that separate. But there is a video portion to this. If you do want to go watch it, of course, you go on to youtube.com/thealted and it will be there. All right. So this is a podcast specific. This is specifically for the majority of the players that play the game, League of Legends. This is for the majority of the players. The majority of the players are between silver and gold, or the bronze and gold. Not too many people, not too many people in iron. Nobody is really that poo poo at the game, right? Nobody's really that bad, and nobody really, not very many people make it past platinum. You know, I am a low elo analyst, so I analyze lower elo games, and I help lower elo players get better at the game if they so choose to. And he is a genuine low elo hard stuck player. So this is for the people, by the people. You know, a lot of people don't like LCS. A lot of people don't like the competitive scene. A lot of people think that shit is boring. And the reason why is because you have a bunch of high elo analysts on the panel talking about stuff that they don't care about or they don't know. All right. So this is going to be for the people, people in that ELO, and explain some things that are going on in the competitive scene that you might see, might hear, or you might wonder. All right. So the first thing, obviously, you can see our topic at the bottom of the screen. We are talking about the lock-ins and preseason, how it's going to affect everything going on. Right. So let's jump right into it. So with the lock-ins in preseason, we all obviously with preseason we have new rosters, right? So we have the new NALCS 2022 rosters. A lot has going on. Lots been changing. Brandon, what team do you want to start with?
I guess we could start with TSM because I don't know if you know this, but TSM is the only team that is returning their exact same team from last season. But I think they're adding one additional person, a 6 man.
Yeah,
Nope,
so
that's 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves is doing
100
that.
T is yeah, 100 T is the exact same roster
Yeah.
as
No,
it
no,
was
no, no,
before.
no. No, so TSM is the only team that is coming back as the exact same roster, but 100 Thieves is the team that's adding a sixth person to their roster,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to their
yeah.
starting lineup.
Yeah, so 100, yeah, 100 T is adding a sixth person. So the TSM roster at the moment that we know of. So people that have been confirmed, not speculation or anything like that. Let me find my notes for the TSM roster.
Here, I got it right here. The TSM roster in the top lane, we got Huni, we got Jungle Spica. Is that Spica?
Spica,
Spica?
yep, Spica.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mid, I'm not gonna know how to
it's
pronounce that.
it's Kia Duo. I think Kia Duo.
Kiedio? Kiedio? Okay, okay. And
Yeah,
in the bottom lane, you have 80 carry tactical and support Shenyi.
yeah, yeah. Support is Shinny. Yep.
Shenyi.
So my
Sorry.
take on this TSM roster is that it's probably in contention for top four. We're only going to talk about the teams that actually matter. So just to put it out there, the teams that actually matter are going to be TSM, 100 Thieves, C9, Team Liquid, and Evil Geniuses. The other teams are bottom tier teams. They do not really deserve any kind of screen time because we already know they're going to be placing between 10th and 5th. We know that the top three is really where it gets really exciting. So with a TSM roster, we have a new mid laner, obviously. The new mid laner, Kidio. He is new to the LCS as of this year. He just started professional in 2021. And he was from a Chinese team. He played on a Chinese team that finished eighth in the LDL. The LDL is kind of like the LPL, but it's like an off-brand LPL. It's kind of like an amateur LPL. So, and they finished um, eighth in summer and 10th in spring, which is very bad. If you know, there are 10 teams in each split in each region, and KDO is, yes, he is Chinese, but I do not believe that he will be on anybody's radar for mid laners, especially with the return of Bjergsen in the mid lane. We'll get to Bjergsen in the mid lane a little bit later, but KDO, he is a stereotypical control mage player who plays. He fits the role. He does whatever he needs to do. Um, I think he will be good enough to not int his lane and allow tactical to pop off. Maybe this TSM, their win condition is Huni.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know who Huni is, he is one of the most paid for players in LCS history. He is a former world champion. He did play on SKT with Faker as their top laner. Yes, he did get benched during Worlds that season, I do believe. He was subbed out. But he is a world champion. He's a former world champion. He costs a lot of money. He is the innovator of the shit that you don't like to see. You ever seen Lucian top? Thank Cooney.
Yeah.
Gangplank, who made that shit popular? Thank Cooney. Tristana top? You don't like that shit? Thank Hooney. He's the one that innovated this type of stuff. He is very innovative. Hooney is definitely the hard carry of this team. If they enable him this season, I do not believe they will. Spica is kind of he's not a I don't think he's a top three jungler in this season. I think the number one jungler is probably Santorin. Santorin's on the best team, so yeah, so of course he's gonna be the number one jungler, quote unquote. But I think Xerxes is a better jungler. Xerxes is the jungler for the IMT. Pride Stalker is coming in, and Dom, I Will Dominate, has a lot of stuff, positive stuff to say about Pride Stalker. Pride Stalker being the jungler for Golden Guardians. I don't think he's gonna really do much there. The mid jungle for TSM is looking real bleak, if I do say so myself. Looking real bleak.
So Hooney has played in the EU, the NA, and LCK.
Yes, LCK
Didn't
being
he play?
Korea.
Did he play for SKT when they won Worlds in
Yep. Yeah.
that year? I can't remember.
Yeah, so Hooney did play for SKT. He is a world champion. He played for SKT with Impact as well. I do believe Impact was a jungler, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that. I know Impact is currently a top laner, but he did play with Faker Squad in their second championship, their second win. Because they have
Okay.
three. Yeah, it was their second one. But yeah, TSM. I think I placed TSM fifth. I don't really think they're gonna really do much. TSM kind of fell from grace. Reginald is Reginald.
Well, who do you think is going to come top?
Top. Well, personally, we can go ahead and jump into the next team that actually means anything. Um, we're gonna talk about Team Liquid. Team
Team
Liquid
Liquid.
is yeah. Team Liquid has by far the best team lineup by far. So Bwipo, Santorin, Bjergsen, Han Sama, Core JJ.
Yeah.
So this lineup is very scary, but it's very dependent on two factors, right? So
Bergson.
Bjergsen is one of them. He has not played professionally for a year. We do
Okay.
not know how he's going to perform. Plain and simple. He has not played professionally for a year. We don't know if he's going to overperform, underperform. He has been playing a lot of
He's
solo queue,
he's
and
older too. How old is he?
25, 25 now. He's a boomer.
25.
He got boomer hands. Um,
Hey, I'm 25.
I watched some of his games. I've looked at some of his VODs. I've watched some of his games. He
Santorin.
isn't playing the best, but he is playing solo queue, and solo queue environment is completely different um than competitive. So let's see how he comes back. He's playing Tryndamere. He's playing the solo carries. He's playing the Tryndamere. He's playing the Zed. He's playing the Kiana, and I'm excited to see that shit back in LCS. I've been waiting for Tryndamere mid all season because everybody was talking so much about it and nobody played it. I was so angry. Yeah,
It's Tryndamere mid.
Tryndamere mid, and Santorin is one of the former junglers of. He did play for TSM the same time that Bjergsen played for TSM, so they played together. So there could be some residual synergy going on
Okay.
there. My man Santorin definitely did not cut his hair this past season, so he was rocking the luscious locks.
Oh yeah.
He is locked out. He's locked in and locked out.
Locked in,
Santorin
locked out.
locked in and locked out. Santorin is probably the second best jungler in the league for sure by far. He is definitely the second best jungler, probably behind Blabber or closer, second or third, closer Blabber, Santora in the top three, and the top three teams obviously are C9, 100 Thieves, and Team Liquid. And the jungglers of each team definitely has a part of that. Santorin is a very shy jungler, we would like to call him,
Yeah.
because Reggie on TSM did literally talk shit about him on stage during playoffs on Twitter. He basically put jungle diff.
That's toxic. In a competitive LCS game?
Yeah. The owner of the org of TSM, while his jungler was playing, went on Twitter and essentially typed "jungle diff GG we lost."
Damn.
Yeah,
That's kind of awesome though. Did they lose?
they ended up winning summer that year,
Oh shit.
but a lot of it was on the back of Bjergsen being a monster, and Double Lift was also on the same squad, I do believe.
Oh well, Devil is the fucking goat. So man, I can't
uh,
believe when I looked up and saw he was 28 years old. Oh my god.
yeah, Double Lift is ancient. Double Lift is ancient, and on the TSM stuff, Double Lift stuff. Double Lift, and obviously everybody knows. Even if you don't even play League of Legends, you know this. Double Lift hates Reginald.
Tch.
Double Lift played for TSM, and he does not like Reggie. He does not like Reginald. He does not like how Reginald operates. So Reginald doesn't like Double Lift. I mean, if we take this
Wow.
from a personal and not a professional standpoint, Double Lift low key did steal this man's girl, and like he did low key steal his girl. So Double Lift's girlfriend is Reginald's ex girlfriend, who is also the president of TSM.
What? Oh my god. This
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Double Lift's girlfriend is Reggie's ex girlfriend, who is also the president of TSM.
Was it like disrespect? Like she left him for double lift?
They don't really talk about their personal life, especially somebody that high in the position in
Oh
the
yeah.
company. So there's
Yeah.
not a lot of information on why they broke up, but essentially Reginald is too much.
What was the timing there?
So I
Because
mean,
the timing is everything. If it was like right after, then who
that
knows?
that was Reginald's last girlfriend. That's all I'm gonna say. Reginald has not had a girlfriend since. I don't believe so. Not publicly, at least. He has not had a girlfriend since. He has not
Okay,
publicly
okay.
stated that he's had a girlfriend since her. And Double Lift is fucking her on the
Nice.
regular. They live
Nice.
together. They're Double Lift is fucking her on the regular. Double Lift would
Nice.
routinely talk shit about Reggie on stream, and then she would be in the background, being like, "Don't do that. That's my job."
Damn.
But I do believe she did say something about stepping down or moving teams. So
Ooh.
now it's fair game for Double Lift. He can say whatever he wants, and we will be taking a close look at his Twitter because I definitely love the controversy between those two.
Oh yeah.
But But yeah, it's
Gotta love that.
yeah. But back on topic, the next team we're gonna talk about is gonna be 100 Thieves. The 100 Thieves lineup being Someday Closer, Abadage, FBI, Huhi, and they're adding Tenacity in the top lane to swap in and out with Someday. Of course, we know these are the reigning LCS champions. The only reason why they want LCS Summer is literally because both C9 and Team Liquid griefed their games. Plain and simple. C9
That's the
and
only
Team Liquid,
reason.
only reason they griefed their games. So, there was an interview with, I forgot who it was. I want to say there was not an interview, but Fudge was on LS's podcast. So Fudge was talking to LS directly on his
Hmm.
podcast, and you can look this up on LS's channel. But
Yeah,
Fudge talked to LS, and he literally said when it was C9 versus TL, Fudge goes, "Oh, there's no way that we lose the TL," and C9 kind of ints and runs it down, and they lost the TL. And Fudge goes, "Well, there's no way TL loses to 100 Thieves because C9 beat 100 Thieves 3-0, and fucking 100 Thieves beats TL in the
yeah.
series." Which is crazy to think about because C9 is the better team, was the better team overall, and they ended up losing to Team Liquid. And then Team Liquid
Hey,
kind of just ran it down. And
just goes to show it's all about matchups. It's all about how you're feeling that day. At that high of a level, anything
yeah,
can happen.
yeah, very true, very true, very true. 100 Thieves did not, 100% did not deserve to win. Abadaga
Yeah,
is a subpar mid laner. He always has been. In my opinion, Closer is probably the best jungler in the league. So that's, yeah. And Someday is one of the best top laners in the world. He is a Korean
yeah.
top laner, played for SKT, blah blah blah. Was it SKT? I think
Who
I think
who
it was
was it?
SKT. Someday,
Uh,
SSUMDAY. I
I
want to
don't
say
know.
he played. I think he played for SKT. I also want to say he's also a world champion, but don't quote me on that. This goes to show what the average viewer, consumer, even though I'm an analyst of some sort, knows about the game. We don't. A lot of them don't really care, but here to break it down for you. And the last team that actually matters is Korea 9. We're calling them
Korean Eye?
Korea 9 because they have two Korean players for free, basically. They have two Korean, essentially academy players.
Who?
Um,
What team is it actually?
Cloud9. But
Cloud9?
yeah,
Okay.
so that's Summit, Blabber, Fudge, Berserker, Winsome, Isles. So Winsome and Berserker, I do believe, are both Korean. They're the import slots. Summit, if I'm not mistaken, Summit is also not. No. I'm retarded. No, Summit is definitely not Korean. But Berserker is Korean. I want to say their support is also Korean. They have two Korean signings. Um, they also have Sven in the background on their academy team, I do believe, in
Oh
case
yeah,
Berserker runs it down. Sven being on Cloud9 Academy is really dumb. That's due to fucking they bring him up to the main roster, put Berserker on the Academy roster. It doesn't make any sense. We have no proof that Berserker is going to do anything on Cloud9. The big thing about Cloud9 though is their coach, LS. Where it has not been fully confirmed yet, but LS is supposed to be coaching Korea 9 in the next season.
oh really?
And LS is a former analyst for SKTT1. LS is a world champion. LS is technically a world champion.
Okay.
LS has
Well,
been in
hopefully that'll
Korea
be
for
good for
7 years.
them.
Yeah, LS has been in Korea for 7 years, and they brought in him with Korean imports. They shipping them all on the same plane.
Jesus.
C9 shipping them all on the same plane. They're gonna get nice and cozy for that 16-hour flight.
Oh yeah.
That's great. That's absolutely insane. If Cloud9, the thing with LS is that he's a coin flip, right?
Yeah.
I 100% believe in LS. I think he's a brilliant mind. um, he's the one that coined the which is better, Leandri's or Morellonomicon back in the this is back before the item changes, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that coined Victor being broken. He's the one that coined a bunch of the stuff that you see now. He's basically like a psychic. He's like, oh, 6 months from now, this is gonna be good, and I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be good. But he was basically a public analyst. He was streaming and recording for SKT, but he was not coaching or analyzing for their team. So he was putting
Mhm.
this. So he was getting paid by SKT to put out content for SKT. It was on the SKT YouTube channel or the SKT Twitch channel, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he would say, "Oh, this is really good," and nobody would pick it up until 6 months down the line. People are like, "Oh shit, Atlas was right. It is really good."
Mhm.
But I think the thing is, if a team directly has that, if he stops making content or he reduces the content that he has, and he goes to his teammate, he goes to his mid lane like, "Hey, this is good. You should play this," and he's the only one playing it, they might have an edge because LS is looking into the future.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So
Shit.
those are the teams that actually matter. The other teams are all bottom tier teams. The last one we skipped one, but Evil Geniuses. EG is a kind of cool little thing. You got Inspired, Joyo Pion, Inspired, Impact, Danny, and Vulcan. Vulcan being the veteran player here. Inspired being the shot caller with Vulcan. Impact being OP top laner. SKT former world champion. They all come to America because we pay more money essentially. But Evil Geniuses is probably going to be fourth. Third will be yeah, Evil Geniuses fourth. Third will be 100 Thieves. Second will be Korea 9. First will be Team Liquid. That's in my opinion.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I can't say I disagree because I don't know enough.
Yeah, perfectly understandable. But that's what's going on with the rosters now. Let's see what's going on with lock-ins. So we have lock-ins coming out, and lock-ins mean new season, new champions, new items. So what's your experience with the new items so far?
What?
What's
I
your
don't even
what's your experience
new
with the
items this patch.
yeah this is the for preseason? How are you feeling about preseason?
Preseason, I haven't really used any new items. I mean,
But how
down
do
on
you,
the bottom lane, it's all the same stuff.
yeah, but you're using new ruins, right? Like you're playing. We look at your
Well, I
account
mean, I'm
obviously.
using
Oh,
lethal
the
tempo because
lethal
it's kind of
tempo,
crazy now.
the lethal tempo changes, right? And then we have the new AP item changes, the tank item changes. I'm pretty sure you've seen the tank support item changes. With Evan Shroud. You know,
Yeah.
historically speaking, for the past season, like Leona gets banned, and then you just stick to enchanters. But maybe Evan Shroud makes other tanks good. Amumu is already a Korean pick. Maybe it gets better.
I
Maokai
don't
might come
know.
back. Rel might get picked up more. What are your takes? What are you thinking? You're a bot lane player here. How do you feel about the new items and the new season, the new support items, and the new lethal tempo?
Well, the new lethal tempo is amazing. Honestly, pretty much anybody that runs attack speed needs to be running that. Unless you're like Lucian, obviously. But as far as like the supports go, I'd say I think poke supports are gonna reign dominant still. I don't
Yeah,
think I don't think tank supports are gonna have a chance.
yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, just because if you think about who is in the top tier, like 80 carry, like you have Caitlyn, you have Vayne, you have Jinx, you have like high attack speed, you have mobility, and just it's gonna take somebody that can get to you and either stun you or just do a lot of damage when they actually can get to you.
So if you had to construct your ideal bot lane, right? Who are you? What champion are you pairing with yourself when you're playing bot lane? What champion do you want to pair with you?
Um, as Caitlyn, I'd probably want like a Yumi or maybe even a Lux is fine, but I feel like there's better people than Lux. Lux is just like the default person that I can think of. Like I played with a Karma earlier today, that game. The Karma wasn't bad. The Karma has such high AP. She pokes the enemy AD carry to death, and we were going against a Senna support, so we got double AD. She's doing a lot of damage. She's healing her Tristana for all the damage I deal to her. But Karma's bursting her down, and yeah, no.
Team?
But
Oh, he's there.
just like, just like, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, I was saying, if I have to answer your question, I can't answer it with a specific champion, but the ranged poke mages and stuff like that. That's who I like to support with.
That's the archetype you're going with. That's the
Yeah,
archetype you prefer. Okay, okay. I don't play bot lane. My take on the new items new season. I will 100% agree with you. Lethal tempo, disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. They nerfed it already. They have nerfed it, but they nerfed it for melee and buffed it for ranged.
yeah.
Disgusting, disgusting.
That
Lethal tempo is
it's disgusting
disgusting.
on Kate.
Lethal tempo is disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. I historically play high mobility carries that can play lethal tempo. I recently been spamming Twitch. Twitch is disgusting. Champions
Yep.
gross.
Invis
Champions
gap.
gross. Invis gap all day. Champions gross. Lethal tempo is crazy. Um, but more importantly, that champion isn't going to be seen in competitive play at all. Twitch is kind of volatile, really easy to play against. You press Q, fucking people buy pink wards and shit like that. Your whole ability is gone. So sadly, we'll never see him. Hopefully, somebody busts him out. I don't think there's anybody practicing him. I've gone through some of these pro players, some of their recent games on some of their accounts. Nobody's playing him at all. So, but I'll give my take on the new items. And you play bot lane, so you probably haven't played with any of the new AP items. But we do have Shattered Crown of the Queen, I do believe, or Crown of the Shattered Queen, I think. Crown,
Ah,
it yeah, Crown. It's an AP item. They just recently got nerfed because it was too good, and they took some AP off of it. So I do believe we get 60 AP now. But
instead of
it built out a Kindle Gem, which is one of the most Kindle Gem is one of the most cost efficient items in the game. CDR and ability haste and health, and it basically gives you an Alistair ultimate for 3 seconds, which is broken, absolutely broken.
yeah,
75% reduced damage for 3 seconds. Absolutely disgusting. This brings champions like Twisted Fate. This brings the champions like Talia, even Lissandra can build damage instead of building tankier. Some of these anti-assassins that kind of just got left behind because the assassin stuff was so good. The Zeds, Kianas, the Talons in the jungle. This stuff is so good. The Lee Sins, the Rek'Sais, that these mid laners, these mage mid laners can't keep up. We now have the opportunity to see a Xerath in LCS mid lane. He can be played now. Azir can come back. Azir can be played again, especially with the new lethal tempo. New lethal tempo is good for Azir. He's an auto attack champion. Crown is good for Azir. And then what I've been doing actually is if I blind pick a melee mage, I want to say like a melee mage being like Echo's a melee mage, not really an assassin, doesn't really play
yeah,
like one, or Cassidon, I'll go Shattered Queen if I'm behind, or if I'm even. The item is broken. The item is broken. It was a
yeah,
really good addition to the game. Shattered Crown plus Zonya's is one of the best combinations in the game. You just don't die.
damn.
You just don't die. Um, so what do you think about how the new champions are going to affect lock-ins? Obviously, we have two champions that weren't available during Worlds, and they're available now. We have Vex and Akshan. What are your takes on? Let's go one by one. What are your takes on Akshan? How do you feel about
I haven't had too much experience with him. Obviously, he's an Invis champ, so I automatically hate him no matter what.
it?
But yeah, I mean, not too many people play him. I know when I go against him though, he's kind of scary to be around. he kind of gives me a little bit of the same vibe as like a Vayne would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh, so yeah, I need to play him to know exactly how he kind of reacts or how he is.
yeah.
And yeah, that's how I
So
feel about him.
so in higher elo, you're tier list somewhat. You do look up tier lists every now and again. Um,
Yeah.
how do you think he's gonna affect the meta? So we have Twisted Fates being played. We have the Siluses. There's the Syndras, the Orianas. How do you think Auction's gonna fare against these champions? You haven't seen him too much, but you do know enough about him, I think, to give your opinion on it.
I mean, you're gonna have to lock him down. And you're gonna have to have Peel. If you're a squishy champion, you're gonna either need to stun him and run away, or stun him and kill him.
Run him and run away. Said like a
Yeah,
true low elo player himself.
that's hey. Sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes,
uh,
but no, I feel like it's gonna be hard to deal with him. That's for sure.
yeah, 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 yeah. I think he's actually going to be top tier. We
Yeah,
have had some accounts of some other players, so some professional players saying that we think he's going to be top tier. Um, Fudge even came out and said that he thinks it's going to be top tier. It's going to be a contested pick, not a picker band, but definitely definitely has good matchups for sure. He does lose
yeah.
into mages, but he beats melee champions really hard, just like every other range champion in the game. So we'll see how that plays out. Then there's Vex.
Vex. So Vex, I don't really know. I know she's a mage and she's a burst mage. She basically, she kind of gives me like Annie and Zoe vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
she has the ability where she can shoot like something at you and she can teleport to you as well, right?
That's her ulti. Yep.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, she's very mobile. She does high damage in a short amount of time, so she's hard to deal with. I don't see her in my games that often, which is strange, but I'm glad.
But I'm glad.
Yeah,
Yeah, the champion is kind of absurd. My take on Vex is she's going to be the best control mage in the game. I do believe for a competitive play, she's going to be the best zone control mage. Her and Kiana around objectives are kind of absurd. You can't really take dragons against Kiana. You can't really take dragons against Vex. If you pair Kiana and Vex together, it gets kind of nutty. Um, the downside to Vex is her. She is susceptible to getting poked. She has zero sustain in lane. So champions like Syndra or the Oriana, the Twisted Fate, work well into it, right? Like they're good into it. So it's gonna be interesting seeing lock in, seeing what who playing what. Um, Other champions in the meta that we wouldn't think. Like I said, Jurgen's been playing Tryndamere mid. He's been spamming Tryndamere mid. What do you think about Tryndamere mid?
I don't like it. I I don't like it one bit. But I mean, I can see why it's good. 'Cause, I mean, all you got to do is perma push your lane, go be anywhere else, and steal jungle camps. And yeah, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I might try
Yeah,
it.
Tryndamere is very absurd. I am Mastery 7 Tryndamere because Tryndamere is broken. I've played this shit for years.
Yeah,
Played
what
it for
about it,
years.
Jordan? What
Yeah.
about it, Jordan? After this game, we go for a duo, and I'm mid Tryndamere.
Tryndamere mid. Tryndamere mid. The new lethal tempo on Tryndamere is probably it's a godsend for him. It's a godsend. He needs that attack speed because he wants to fight you level one. He wants to
Yeah,
spin, auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, hopefully get a lucky crit and kill you level one or force you to back. And yeah. So Tryndamere mid has been talked about being a thing for the past 2 years. And nobody's playing it in competitive. And I hope that we get to see it this year. It does have some good matchups. If somebody locks Cassidy, which I highly doubt somebody's locking Cassidy in an LCS, or somebody
yeah,
locks Fizz, which I highly doubt somebody's locking Fizz in an LCS, or somebody's locking Yasuo. And we've seen Yasuo's actually. We've seen Yasuo's got locked at World. We've been locked in LCS, LCK, LEC. People are playing Yasuo. Tryndamere is a counter to Yasuo.
yeah.
Maybe we'll see Tryndamere top because people are playing Yasuo top primarily. Um, I personally think Tryndamere does well in the Graves early game, Graves is a big pick, so maybe we'll be able to see some of these things, and maybe we'll be able to see some of these things during lock-in. Lock-ins are kind of for fun. They don't really matter too much, so maybe they'll be able to bust out some things, play some things that we haven't seen before. I want to see the Tryndamere mid. Now, my question to you, my big dog, my question to you is, what is your dream team comp? If you can have any team comp every single game, right? And everybody playing those champions are they main those champions. What five champions and what positions do you want them and why?
Oh man, this is a tough one. Let's see. Well, I think I'm gonna go. And is this current meta or is this
Currently,
like
currently, right now, if you were to lock
current
into a
meta?
game right now, what
Okay.
five champions would you want on your team?
Well, I'm taking Caitlyn AD carry, and the obvious answer is because I'm maining Caitlyn this season or in the preseason so far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that's just because lethal tempo makes her crazy. She has the highest auto attack range out of any AD carry.
yeah,
She has
yeah.
high damage. She's bursty with her abilities. Like she's crazy. She's mobile. She's nuts, man. Uh, as far as support goes, I think I'm gonna take. I might stick with the Lux pick just because it's like very basic and it's like what I would want. And then at the end of the day, like if a Lux is good and they're maining it, like QER combo plus whatever I land, they're probably gonna be dead.
So QR kills now because of all the fucking Lux buffs.
Exactly. Exactly. So level 6 QRE and then it's just icing on the cake from there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's that. And then obviously because late game when you have a support like that, they're basically just not useless. They can actually do something in the late game.
Yeah.
In the jungle, I'm probably gonna say maybe like a Zac
Zach.
or
Ooh, I haven't seen a Zach in a while.
yeah,
I haven't seen a Zach in a
yeah.
while. Why Zach? Why Zach? Give me. Let me pick your brain. Why are you fucking with Zach?
So I'm fucking with Zac because his gank potential and his ability to be anywhere on the map at any time. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah,
jungle, like I don't play jungle, obviously you know that. But as an AD carry that interacts with their jungle, like what I would want out of a jungle is somebody that can gank basically at any time in lane. So like the Zac has the ability to sit in either tri bush or like river bush. And if we're pushed up, that Zac can still gank because we can initiate it and then they can all in on us and never know that that Zac's there. All of a sudden he's coming out, of nowhere and we win the trade or we
yeah,
win the fight.
yeah, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. I mean, Kane does
So
it too, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Kane would be a good one. However, with Kane, it's a
His,
little more
his,
obvious.
yeah, his early game is trash. Kane's early game is boo boo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's that. Also, Kane doesn't really have like the tank potential like Zac does.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So
I might play a little
uh,
bit of Zach today. I might play a little bit of Zach.
I like Zac. You used to run that Zac support. That
Zach
was
support,
crazy.
baby. Zach support.
That was crazy. Uh, so those would be my three for that. Mid lane. Mid lane is something that's just been on autopilot for me. Like I don't really care what my mid lane's doing. Either that or like they're either going crazy or they're just not, and it doesn't really matter to me. Uh, but if I had to pick a mid lane, I'd say probably like a Vex would be a nice pick,
Yeah, Vex is pretty good.
or yeah, Vex, or even an Akali
Akali.
mid.
Ooh, those are two completely different champions. Ooh, let me pick your brain on the Akali. Why the Akali
Yeah.
good?
So the Akali is mostly because I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with people playing Akali. and they've been going
Hey,
kind of crazy.
let me hit you on that segue. Hey, make sure you follow our TikTok, TikTok.com. TikTok is the account slash the Altyd. We will be posting snippets of our podcast and snippets of our gameplay there.
Nice, nice. So the Akali though just has the ability to. It's basically just the element of surprise, which is kind of ironic to say because she's a ninja. But but it really is like Akali can be anywhere. She can travel long distances, do high burst damage, and get out really quickly. So
yeah, for sure, for
this
sure.
this would tie into my top lane recommendation, which is tied between two people, and that's Set or Nasus.
Set in Nasus.
Yeah,
Okay. So you want a stay in lane split push all game, or stay in lane and split push all game, and occasionally press TP and then press R and dunk your enemy team.
that's exactly right. That's all they're needed for. But the reason I want those two is because when it's either of those two and they come into the fight, you know it's about to be like an all in or like lose, very hardcore lose situation for the enemy team. Like you see a set, it's I love how many times in low elo play, like you see a set, you see he's like doing some damage, but he's probably gonna die with his health bar looking like that, and then all of a sudden he presses one button, and you're getting sucked in, and he's doing damage and gaining health at the same time.
Uh,
And
all
then the
right.
same thing with the Nasus. You press Q, you press R, you press Q, and then boom.
Yeah. All right. You heard that. You heard it here first, folks. All right. Bottom tier team. So CLG. You hear this? You heard it here first. We need a set top. Give us a Zac jungle. Let us see
Yeah.
the Akali mid. Let's get the
Mm-hmm.
Caitlyn. Let's get the Caitlyn Lux bot lane, baby. Come on now, CLG. That might be the formula to win in CLG. We
It
all know
might
you're. We
be.
all know you're getting 10th, CLG. Come on now. Used to be
You
number
never
one.
know.
5 years
Hey,
ago, CLG was on top. What happened? What
all I'm
happened,
saying
CLG?
All I'm saying is if you keep doing this high elo stuff, it might not work because everybody's doing the same shit.
Facts, facts, facts,
But if you
facts,
throw in
facts.
some low elo,
Facts,
you know,
facts,
it
facts,
might
facts, facts, facts. And we got low elo analyst. You feel me? Facts,
uh,
facts.
it
All
might
right.
shake it up.
Might shake it up. All right. My personal pick for that is probably going to be a little bit more streamlined. It's not going to be as crazy. I don't have any hot takes like this nigga does. He got crazy hot takes. I don't know about that one. I don't know about the Zach. I don't know about the Zach. I do
Dude,
not
it's
know
Zach
about the
all
Zach.
day.
I do not know about the Zach. I will tell you
Zach
that
all
much.
day,
I don't
man.
know about the Zach. Yeah, it's crazy how it takes. Nash is in the top lane. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. Um, I'm gonna go top to bottom. You went bottom to top. I'm gonna go top to bottom.
Okay.
My top laner, ideally, I would want it to be some kind of fighter. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, let me get a Fiora. Obviously, we haven't seen Fiora in pro play in so long. She's so broken still. Camille just got nerfed. Let's see some Fiora. Come on now. You're not playing Riven. Like, nobody's playing Riven. Yeah, I guess Jax is in the meta, but Fiora hard counters Jax. Come on now. Let me see some Fiora. In the jungle, we're gonna go streamline. Xin Zhao, champion's broken, champion's nutty, champion's crazy, champion's broken, whatever. Give me a tank Xin Zhao, give me a Fiora top, because that Fiora is 100% gonna be able to deal with that set, 100%. Streamline, give me a Zen. Mid lane is a little bit interesting for me because I do play mid lane, so I do have I have a champion ocean, as they would say. I play a lot of champions. I do not play them proficiently. I have peaked in plat, high plat. I played in mid to low diamond on Smurf in Smurf Q. So I guess I'm still low elo, but being a low elo analyst, that's what we do. We stay there. I have accounts in all elos and mid lane. I think the easiest champion for me to climb on that's not Twitch, because Twitch mid is not a thing. I do not ever want to see Twitch in competitive. I will never play Twitch in a competitive scene scenario ever, unless we're playing Clash and it's for fun. Like if we were playing legitimately on a stage against good people, I'm not playing Twitch. There's no way. There's no way. My mid lane would probably be Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate's hella safe, especially if I'm mid lane. I'd be playing it. Twisted Fate's stupid safe. I like Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate definitely is champion to go. I would go for. AD carry support. Honestly, that lane is useless. Fucking bot lane sucks.
Wow, I can't believe you.
you you talk shit about
Didn't
my
I
lane, I'm gonna
just
talk shit
carry
about
the
yours.
game
You
15
talk
and
shit
8?
about my lane, I'm gonna talk shit about yours, alright?
That's true. I don't care what goes on in mid lane.
Bot lane fucking sucks. Bot lane fucking sucks. If I have to pick, give me Yumi Ezreal every single game. I want a Yumi Ezreal every single game. Why?
That's
Because
OP.
they'll never die. They'll never die. I don't care if they get
People
kills. They'll never die. That's all that matters. They'll never die.
people disrespect the Yumi so hard.
Yumi is broken. Yumi is broken.
She's
Yumi
broken.
is broken. In competitive, she is basically 100% take ban.
Yeah, I
In,
could see
in,
that.
in competitive, in worlds, every single game in worlds, she was 100% pick ban. She never got picked at all. She got banned every single game.
I
On
could
blue
see
side, she
that.
gets banned every single game because they cannot. The enemy team just can't risk the first pick Yumi. It's broken.
No.
It's broken.
Yeah, I believe
That that
that.
that role support. AD carry sucks. Support most broken role in the game. That role is broken. Support is broken. Support is broken. Being able to play Yumi and press literally one button and just carry the game is fucking insane.
Yeah, it is.
But those are our dream comps. That's how we think the items are going to affect and the lock-ins. We are going to be tuning in for the lock-ins, so we'll be giving you our coverage on that. I might co-stream during lock-ins, so while it's playing, I might stream with it and commentate. Somebody give me my point of view on it. As a low elo analyst myself, I think there's some things that I think I can give CLG some pointers. I think I can give CLG some pointers for sure. They're pretty much they're running it down. Their management staff is awful. I don't know why they had Darshawn on fucking in the academy team. They've had him in the academy for 3 years. Bring him back to the main roster. Bring back Zion Spartan. He's the reason why I started playing Fiora in the first place. Rip CLG. They're getting tense. But yeah, that is going to conclude our little broadcast here. This has been Low Elo. My name is Jordan Altyd Overrein, and my co-host.
Brandecious.
There you go, Brandecious, Fike. All right. Make sure you follow us on all social media. Everything will be linked in the description. Um, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, I will link the Discord also in the description below. Feel free to join. Yeah, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. There will be a visual portion of this that will be uploaded um, right after this, and we will be doing a live commentary on a game, low elo, analyze, analyzing a low elo game. Like I said, thank you again for watching, and yeah, we're out.
Peace.